Hey, what's up, guys? Tolbert coming at you with the video for Thursday, 5/28. Thanks for working with me on the delayed video. Power flickered a little bit last night, and it kind of nerfed my internet a little bit, so I was forced to wait until this morning. But I hope you're all doing well, and welcome to the last day of new assignments, which is super exciting. I know you're as excited as I am. Um, Even though it's the last day of assignments, our year doesn't quite yet end. We have until next Thursday. We have exactly 7 days to work on getting any and every missing assignment that you have turned in. I'll be grading them as they come in. Um, I'll be reaching out to you guys individually to try to make sure that we can get everything in that we possibly can, so that we can improve your grades as much as possible. Speaking of grades, here's what I know and what I understand at this point in time. Your quarter three grade cannot go down. Quarter four can only serve to help your overall grade. The way it's listed right now in Power School is a little bit, I don't even know what word to use, misleading, I think would be the best. And by that, I mean your Power School grade right now for your F1 is not going to necessarily be your F1. If you have turned in every single thing, your F1 is pretty much your F1. If you've not turned in every single thing, how much your quarter four grade helps is determined by how much work you've done. So the most important thing for us guys in this last week is getting everything turned in that we possibly can to help us out. I've decided that I'm not going to type in our SchoolNet grades into Power School. Um, a few of you are having trouble with SchoolNet, and frankly, those are some of our lower grades. Most of you have not made lower than a B on these assignments that you've been turning in because you've been working, and I do appreciate that. Some of us have been working more than others. Um, some of us have been working very, very little. And for those of you that are in that very, very little category, it's going to be my goal to try to get as much turned in as possible in this last 7 days. But today is the last day that you will have a brand new assignment to do. I'll still be around. I'll still be reachable via remind and email. I'll still be holding our weekly meetings. Our meetings for tomorrow will be the same as they've been the last several weeks. First period will meet at 1. Second period will meet at 1:30, and then fourth period will meet at 2. And those will be half-hour meetings. Um, Most of the time, guys, people have been coming in and just staying for 5, 6, 7 minutes just to talk, catch up, see where they are in their grades, and that's it. Okay. So I've got no PowerPoint. I've got no notes for us to take. I just kind of want to talk to you guys, wrapping up what we were talking about yesterday with the war on terror. Generally speaking, that's about where world history has ended. But I think over this last 2 months, we've added the next chapter in world history and the implications of what COVID is going to do for the world going forward and how it's going to change the world. I said this early on that my opinion is that COVID will affect your generation like 9/11 affected mine. I very clearly remember what life was like before 9/11, even though I was only in eighth grade. People didn't seem to have much of a worry about anything. Before 9/11, you could travel on an airplane with a pocket knife as long as the pocket knife was smaller than 3 inches, right? 3 inch blade. You could still kill somebody with a 3 inch blade, right? That's enough to go in somebody's neck and completely, you know, kill them. And after 9/11, things changed. the way we felt about the United States, the way that we viewed the world changed. Economically, things changed. We racked up a lot of debt going into a war on terror, trying to eradicate terrorism all around the world. We changed a lot of laws. We enacted the Patriot Act, and basically, guys, that allows the government to look at what you're doing without telling you. And sometimes people will get upset about it, but really, truly, that doesn't bother me at all. If the government wants to go through my very, very boring email account, that's cool, right? If that's going to prevent another terror attack from happening, I'm cool with my privacy being invaded a little bit. I'm cool when I go to an airport standing in a security line for an hour and a half if that means that every other person is going through that same line. And whenever I get on that plane, I don't have to worry about what those people experienced on that Tuesday morning. We've got several things set up to try to prevent another one of those attacks happening again. And in my mind, I'm trying to think of how we're going to adapt post COVID. Even though this is a disease that people will get and survive and get and pass away, as we've crossed 100,000 deaths in the United States now, it's going to change a lot. It really, really is. Um, some of the things that I've seen online is how even our normal worlds are going to change. Um, Handshakes in business may be a thing of the past. Um, Spreading germs. Face masks are here to stay. I just ordered 12 of them from Custom Ink. They're t-shirt quality masks that I can put on and wear in the grocery store. People keeping their distance from one another. The fact that we're learning in an online platform, I think that's here to stay. We'll go back to school at some point, but I don't know when. We'll be in a classroom. It, if we start school on day one in August, I'll probably be required to wear a face mask while I teach, and that'll be the new normal. Um, you guys may be required to wear some kind of face covering. There may be some kind of rule about how far the desks are apart from one another. Even after COVID is gone, a year and a half from now, once we get a medicine that we can give people and cure people or prevent people from getting it, like a flu shot, this is something that's going to affect our everyday life, because how long will it be before another COVID, another disease like this happens again? And the question is, we don't know. We got caught unprepared, very similarly to how our government got caught unprepared on Tuesday, September the 11th, 2001. We weren't ready for it, but now we are. Uh, Now it's a part of our everyday life, and that's the thing, is that you guys being born in 2003, 4, or 5, it's been a part of your life since the beginning, and you didn't even know it. And we'll see these changes, and we may not like, or we might argue against some of the changes, but it's going to become the new normal for us going forward, which is just completely crazy to think about, how the world is going to completely change. Travel is going to change. Um, Being able to just go to another country, there, I feel like there's going to be so many more stipulations going through it. I went into school twice in the last 3 weeks, and I had to do a questionnaire every time. I was wearing a mask. Miss Linville was wearing a mask, and I had to answer questions of, have I been traveling? Have I come into contact with anybody who's been sick? Have I shown any of the symptoms? It's a really, really serious thing. And you see this when you go out and about. I don't know how many of you have been to the grocery store, to Walmart, or anywhere. It's changing. And the thing is, right now, where we are sitting here on May the 28th at 10:22 a.m. as I'm recording this, we don't know where that change is going to go, and we don't know where that change is going to end up. We're living history, right? We're experiencing it as it's happening. Um, I've been taking pictures every time I go out in the store, um, of just the lack of toilet paper and paper towels and everything else. I've got pictures of empty aisles. I've been keeping a journal, um, of kind of what it's like being in isolation. I'm not in quarantine because I'm not sick. I consider myself to be in isolation, trying to prevent the spread. I've not been able to see my parents in 2.5 months. Both my parents are over the age of 60. They're not autoimmune, but I've not seen my grandmother in that same amount of time. Um, it's a really weird thing. I've not seen my friends in months. Um, I've been living a very different lifestyle. Not being able to go out and sit down and eat in a restaurant, not being able to just go and walk around downtown Winston Salem like it's nothing. It's a very unique time for us all. And so with our assignment today, I've got a discussion board, and I just kind of want to see what you guys have to say. Um, there's no wrong answers. It's going to be all about predicting what's life going to be like. I don't think any of us know for sure, but we can make some predictions. I predict that handshakes are going to be something that changes. Once we're back in school, I'm going to be happy to see you guys. Then I'll probably just offer up an elbow, or stick my foot out, and we can dab feet. It's a really weird thing. It's a weird time to be living in. Um, I'm a little older now, so it's a little more perspective than whenever 9/11 happened to me, and that was on a very grand scale and everything else. But you guys are going through that right now. That's something that you and I have in common, that we can share and we can discuss and we can talk about going forward. And that's kind of what my goal for today's assignment is. Um, just kind of seeing what we got and where we are and everything else. Um, so I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say. Um, if this is the last face-to-face interaction we get to have, I've enjoyed having you guys. I'm really sorry that we only got to spend 7 weeks together in a classroom. I was really excited for where, um, our classes were going. We were killing it, and I thank you for that. That's on you guys. Um, I really, really, really do appreciate our time together. I appreciate how hard most of you have been working throughout this entire process, and I hope that I can have you guys again in the future. I really do. But once we go back into school, um, Tolbert's still going to be Tolbert. I'm still going to be there. Come by, say hi. We can talk. We can do whatever. I'm going to keep my remind open through the summer. If you guys have anything, you just need to ask a random 30-year-old dude a question. I'm here for you. All right. And I really truly mean that. It's been a pleasure being your teacher this semester in these crazy times. Um, if you need anything, I'm here for you. Hit me up and remind, send me an email, and we'll keep in touch. All right. Get that last assignment done, finish strong, and I hope to see you guys in our Microsoft Teams meetings tomorrow. Um, if not, have a great summer. Enjoy some relaxation. You've earned it, for sure. You've earned it. We've all earned it. I am so ready to go sit by a swimming pool. All right, guys. I'll get you guys on the flip side. But if you need anything, hit me up. I'll talk to you guys later.